For decades, cinematic video creation required a specific kind of suffering. You needed a sprawling software timeline, thousands of dollars in hardware, and the patience to endure hours of rendering for a few seconds of footage. That massive, complicated machinery has now been condensed down to a blinking text cursor. At their I/O 2026 developer conference, Google introduced Gemini Omni, presenting it as a flagship multimodal AI model built for conversational media creation. This wasn't a gated research preview. It was released as a free tool rolling out immediately inside the YouTube Shorts Remix and Create apps. To manage compute load at this scale, the free tier uses a strict 10-second generation cap, specifically optimized for the high-volume environment of social feeds. For short-form creators, the primary entry fee for cinematic production has moved from a professional studio budget to a standard mobile account. The workflow starts with a seed prompt. You write a single sentence that provides a visual anchor, and the system generates a baseline environment from scratch. From there, you can adjust the camera angle to an over-the-shoulder perspective just by typing the command, without having to re-render the entire shot. You then layer on a second instruction, asking the model to shift the lighting to a warm, cinematic amber mood, and the system re-renders the scene instantly. A third edit allows you to swap out background characters or specific props, while the model maintains total visual continuity of the core subjects. This flexibility comes from native multimodality. The core engine processes text, audio, photographs, and video clips simultaneously in one pass. By skipping traditional conversion layers, the system retains a contextual memory of the environment, allowing it to refine the same scene across multiple turns. Video editing has transitioned from the manual manipulation of individual pixels to a persistent, memory-driven conversation with a director. Early AI video was plagued by morphing shapes and logic breaks. Google's solution was the physics world model, a layer of understanding that grounds the video in reality. When you prompt a scene where coffee floats upward from an espresso cup, the model calculates fluid surface tension and light refraction in real time. Because the model grasps kinetic energy and gravity, shadows and reflections shift accurately whenever the camera or environment is altered. The system mathematically simulates a tangible environment, prioritizing the laws of gravity and light over simple pixel pattern matching. This world simulation logic enables the most requested feature, the AI avatar. Users can scan their face and voice to build a permanent digital likeness. To prevent unauthorized deepfakes, the system requires a strict onboarding step where the user must physically read a random sequence of numbers on camera. Once verified, a creator can star in a cinematic penthouse or a historical battlefield without ever leaving their desk. For safety, Google currently restricts general-purpose speech editing, meaning you cannot use the tool to manipulate what third parties are saying in existing clips. This effectively separates a creator's likeness from their physical presence, allowing them to star in scenes they never actually stepped foot in. If any historical event or personal likeness can be synthesized in seconds, the concept of objective truth is under immediate pressure. When platforms are flooded with hyper-realistic synthetic media, we lose the ability to distinguish raw footage from a generated simulation. To address this, Google made SynthID mandatory. It's an invisible watermark baked into every Gemini Omni generation. This signal survives aggressive compression, resizing, and color filters. Even as the video is edited or degraded, the encrypted sublayer remains detectable. In an era of perfect synthesis, the source of truth is moving from the viewer's perspective to the cryptographic record hidden in the data. The tedious software timeline has been permanently replaced by a conversation. Today, millions of these high-quality 10-second cinematic clips are already moving into social feeds and YouTube Shorts. How you choose to navigate this new creator economy depends entirely on whether you embrace these frictionless tools for yourself. If you watched an AI-generated video on your feed this morning, how would you even know?